Hey everyone, welcome back to AFTV and our predicted 11 show. We've got to have a little debate around the left back position and a few other areas of the team. We talked about in the preview, guys, if you've not checked that out, go check that out. It's out on AFTV now. We talked a little bit about whether Arsenal, yes, they're still actually, when you look at the results, still on a very good run, but maybe we need to find a little bit
drop
more
off, innit?
Yeah, fluidity's gone a little bit.
Yeah. This is a huge game, James, that we have to win.
Yeah.
And I want to see us win it in style.
Yeah.
Listen, first and foremost, we want the 3 points. But I think for confidence, morale, a big win here against Nottingham Forest, which won't be easy. They got the win against Liverpool last week, so we've got to give them their due respect. But a big win here at home would be great for the confidence of this team going into those last couple of games before we break for the World Cup. So, strongest possible team.
Yeah.
And, it's interesting to know what that is.
Well, I mean, let's go through it position by position. Aaron Ramsdale, we imagine, is starting in goal. No reason
Yeah,
to...
I mean, listen, he owes us one. I thought the other night against PSV was poor. That was a big error for the goal. He completely missed it, didn't he? He was just like, he's been playing well this season, so
he has,
can't go too hard on him. But that was a big error, so I'm sure he'll be wanting to put in a performance. But Ramsdale's in goal. Yep.
Okay, let's move to right back. Ben White, who I think's been having an amazing season. Would you make any changes there?
Ben White starts for me. I was thinking maybe Tomiyasu. We know defensively he's a sound player, but what Ben White has been offering this season going forward, he's been brilliant. You know what I mean? Yeah. And his link-up play with Saka has been exceptional. And he starts, or he needs to be in that England squad, by the way, but he starts 100%. Moving
to centre-backs then. I'm going to put Saliba in there. I don't think Saliba's been at his absolute best the last couple.
No, the other night against PSV, you see that time when he got caught?
And actually the goal there disallowed, he wasn't great on either.
Yeah, but the one that he got caught on, right, I didn't think that was a foul. I think he got a bit lucky there. He's not been his fluent best, but listen, he's a brilliant player.
Yeah.
Still didn't let us down. So Saliba.
Yeah, Saliba, and who are you partnering with him?
So Gabriel, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a brilliant partnership, those two. If fit, it's Gabriel all day long.
Yeah. Fair enough. Now it gets a little bit more interesting because
left back.
There's been quite a lot of debate, and who knew that this big left back thing would be between three players, not just two. Who are you going for?
I'll go for Kieran Tierney. I know he played the other night, which I was a bit surprised that he started that game. But I think we're at home. Mm-hmm. I want us to be dynamic. I think, when Tomiyasu, I'm not even... If Zinchenko's fit, that would be great. But again, he's been out for a while, so I wouldn't bring him straight back in, even if he was fit. So for me, it's between Tomiyasu and also Tierney. We're at home. I want us to be on the front foot attacking Tierney all day long. I think a lot of the bringing in Tomiyasu at left back has been because we've been away from home. So it's like, when other players get forward, he can drop into a sort of back three with Gabriel and Saliba, and that's like a solid defence away from home. But we're at home, right? So for me, the emphasis is on us to attack, and Kieran Tierney getting down that wing, whipping balls into the box, will be much more of a threat than Tomiyasu. So for me, Tierney has to start.
I've got to say, I agree with everything you've said. But is that what you'd want, or what you actually think Arteta's going to go with?
I don't know what Arteta's going to do.
I have a feeling he's sticking with Tommy,
It could be because Tierney started the other night. But to me, Tierney has to start this game. It's Kieran Tierney.
But does he do the inverted role? The coming inside, the adding numbers to midfield. Does he?
Yeah, but Tierney can do that as well. Tierney can do. I understand the Tomiyasu thing when we're away from home, as I said, and we just want to be a bit more solid.
Sure.
And and we're trying to deal with aerial threats and stuff like that. But at home, we're at home. I want to see, and I think the majority of fans would like to see Tierney in this game. So time for Tierney to start a Premier League game for me. He'll be chomping at the bit.
I'm with you. I think just because Tierney offers an unpredictability, people talk about Ben White overlapping, but he actually spends most of the game quite inside, quite tucked in, and then the overlaps are timed brilliantly. When he recognises that Saka's created that space, then Ben White will take the opportunity. And I think Tierney at least offers that on the other side, whereas with Tomiyasu, as brilliant as he is defensively, and he definitely adds, especially from set pieces, he adds a lot. I think you've got to. The opposition have to think at any moment Tierney might attack that side.
Yeah, you want to be worried about both sides,
Yeah.
and with Tomiyasu in there,
Yeah.
you're not. You know he's not going to get forward as much. You know he's going to be hard to get past. But it'd be interesting to see what Arteta does. As I said, in the preview, the guy who played up front for Forest last week, he was a handful.
Yeah.
Very physical. So could they possibly
That's a good
put
point, yeah.
Tomiyasu in there for the physicality? But then we've got Saliba and Gabriel there. Tierney for me.
Fair enough. Okay, let's move into midfield. Thomas Partey, I'm going to put him out there, surely.
Yeah.
Cool. Partey starts. Granit Xhaka, brilliant form. He starts. Odegaard, I thought was actually a lot better against Southampton.
Southampton, yeah.
The chances he created for Jesus,
Yeah, he
for
needs to start
example.
burying some of the chances he gets, though.
Yeah.
In that game, he had a chance, didn't bury it. The other night against PSV, he had a chance, didn't bury it. I want to see him scoring more
point.
goals.
Yeah, actually, it's a good point.
He's not been at the same levels as he was earlier on in the season. But I would start him, but he's starting to come under threat from Fabio Vieira, if you ask me.
What did you make of Fabio Vieira against PSV the other night? I thought out on the right, actually, in the first half. I thought he looked quite good.
He had moments, but he wasn't consistently good. So that's why Odegaard will keep his place. But, I want to see better from Odegaard. He's had a little bit of a dip in recent weeks, I feel.
Yeah.
And he's such an important player to the side. When he plays well, we normally play well,
I need to see chance creation from him. I need to see him enjoying his football, a little bit of trickery, looking, when he just looks classy on the pitch. He's playing the 1-2s, he's playing through balls. Everything feels like it's coming through him. At the moment, what I thought against Southampton, we saw a little bit of that when he put it on a plate for Jesus twice. He's got that ability, even if he's having an off game, to create that moment of magic. But I just want to see him for 90 minutes just run the game. I think that's what we need to see from him. The moments are there for sure. Okay, we move into the front three then. On the right,
Saka.
yeah.
The front three, right? Listen,
Yeah.
there's no debate on the front three.
Yeah.
Right? It's Saka, it's Martinelli on the other side, who needs to... I wasn't very impressed with him the other night, but I hear it, I understand it.
Sure.
It's a guy, looked to me like a guy saving himself for the weekend. So, like how you saved yourself for the weekend, let's see it all on the weekend, you know what I mean? But Martinelli's been brilliant for us this season, so have Saka. Those two running on either wing, they can be electrifying and devastating. Those two have to start. And big game for Gabriel Jesus down the middle.
Yeah.
He hasn't scored now. He's for 6 games? If you add in the other night, even though he didn't start that. That's the other thing. A lot of people are putting, he hasn't. Remember, not all of those games he started in.
No, of course.
But he's a striker, and he'll know that I felt last week against Southampton, he had a couple of chances. He should have buried at least one of those. The previous week against Leeds, he had a chance, a gaping chance. He missed that. He needs to get his confidence back a bit. He's been doing brilliantly for us this season. I can't fault him.
Sure.
But he needs to be a little bit more clinical in front of goal. If he could bag a couple of goals, that'd be brilliant for his confidence and for this team.
I do think, though, I agree, that front three deserves to start, and we love them to bits, and we know how good they can be. But there is a little part of me that thinks maybe this show emphasises as well why we need to do business in January, because we shouldn't really be able to sit here and just go, those three, they start, that's not that over a 38-game season, especially when Jesus hasn't scored for a few games. Marte wasn't great the last game. Saka, has been brilliant, but it shouldn't be that easy to just go, those three.
Yeah, no, you're right, James. Obviously, with Smith Rowe being out, it's a bit of a big miss, because we know that he's a goal-scoring player. He's a big miss. But I feel we need a striker, another striker, a different type of striker up front that can, give these guys competition.
Yeah.
So, or maybe, what in players that can play right across the front three, somebody like that. But we need something in January. Mm-hmm. Just like in that midfield position, we need someone who can provide some serious competition to Thomas Partey.
Yeah.
If we can get those two positions in January, we could have a great season.
Yeah.
But we got to do that. I don't want this January to come and we don't do that.
I agree.
We would be throwing away a big opportunity this season.
Completely agree. Guys, you let us know what you think Arteta's going to go with this weekend. Is it going to be Tomiyasu, who can come inside, who adds a little bit more defensively, or is it going to be Tierney, we know can overlap, can be decisive in the final third? Neither of them brilliant against PSV, though. So how is he looking? And they both started as well. We imagine Ben White's going to start, but let us know what you'd go with and what you think Mikel Arteta's going to do, because I do think they're slightly different things. But guys, if you enjoyed this video, please do hit the like button. Check out all the other content that is coming out on AFTV ahead of this game. Box to Box, of course, is out or coming out, but the preview is definitely out. So lots to get involved in, to indulge in, and of course, we will be covering the whole match from the starting 11 through to full time, getting your thoughts after on Sunday, which we look forward to as well. All right, big thanks to Robbie. Big thanks to you guys. We'll catch you on the next one.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.